Yeah, I never heard of one of those.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, everybody raise their hand and be honest. Raise it and then let me know later. How many people have had a wet awake? Okay, I see. Looks like everybody's got their hand up. Okay, how many of you have had a wet dream? About the same percentage. One more time here. Okay, how many have had what I had, a wet awake when I should have been having a wet dream because I had it in REM sleep? Yeah, John, what are your thoughts on that? Boy, you sure got through that. That's quick. What was that again? Did you catch that, anybody? I didn't catch that. Hey, Doug. Go ahead, Doug.
Right, Dave, right.
That's how you feel about it, Doug. Johnny, I don't know. Well, how do you feel about it? Have you ever had a wet awake when you were supposed to be having a wet dream? What about you, hey John? Let's get back to your kitty. Has your pussy cat ever had any of those? We got Johnny up there. Go ahead, Johnny. Oh, one time. Wow, boy, he's got a good memory. Oh, no, you scold that little thing for doing that to you. That's a naughty little thing when you do that. That's a bad alligator. Bad boy, bad alligator. That right, Doug. Yes, it is. You ever had your alligator pull tricks like that on you, Doug?
No.
Well, that was quick. Boy, you sure knew the answer to that one quickly. He keeps it inside a snail shell.
Turtle shell, Dave. Turtle shell.
How do I get that? They're kind of the same deal, aren't they? They both go in their shell, don't they? A snail and a turtle. Don't they kind of get up in the shell, both of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I remember it is a turtle shell. Yeah, is that the skeleton is on the outside? Is that what you mean? I don't know. That sounds really impressive, though. Exoskeleton? Isn't that right, Doug?
Yeah, I believe so, Johnny.
I've got something I didn't know. Well, I've known it for several years, but I didn't know it when I was a newborn baby, let me put it that way, that a boner does not actually have a bone in it. With that high blood pressure, blood starts shooting through there, and the valves start closing, and it just starts blowing up like a balloon or something. Hey, Doug, you got any thoughts on why that does what it does there?
Yeah, I think your explanation was correct.
Now, does it start gagging, when you want to throw up, you go, and then finally, how does it, what mechanism in there causes it to regurgitate?
I don't know.
Donnie, this is interesting. We're talking biology and stuff now. What makes the alligator throw up, John? Go ahead. nothing wrong with it. It's just a natural function. There's nothing wrong with this. Well, I guess I'll be in the dark on that one. I've often wondered, and I'm not sure how that all works. So if you finally, it finally regurgitates little microbes that can crawl around. Does it have eyes? How can it sense when it gets deposited in the bank? How does it know where the safety deposit box is? Did they get a key? No, they don't all get keys. Only one of them ends up getting a key. How does the one that gets a key get a key? Anybody know? Is it a combination lock on the uterus and everything, or is it key lock? Oh man, that's more high tech than the stuff that we do in the laboratory. Man, that's really high tech stuff, isn't it? Hey Doug, do you have any thoughts on this?
Not right at the moment.
Any afterbirth thoughts on that?
None of those either.
You don't have the foggiest idea how all that kind of congregates and does all that and everything?
I don't.
Yeah, go ahead, Bertha.
I gotta pull my dust brush, so it's driving me crazy. I gotta pull it out of here and just down with this nice soft rag. I'll be right back.
Now you finally have a good excuse instead of saying you're going to the refrigerator. You were going to do something legitimate, so you were definitely excused. Thank you. You are a good boy. Oh my God! Did you hear what he just said on the radio, Doug? Oh, I'm going red.
Your ears are burning.
Oh my God! I couldn't believe he just blurted out with that. Oh my gosh!
See how you are?
Johnny.
See how you are?
I know that. I mean, it just startled me a little bit there. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. Maybe I'm making a mountain out of a toadstool.
Yeah. Oh, I heard something go thump. I gotta go take a look and see what that was. Hold on.
Okay, well, Central Park John, how come you're so quiet now? Oh, I think Central Park John took off. No, I you weren't, replying back and you had me nervous. There's one thing I don't want to do. I do not want to piss off your pussy cat. I don't want to piss your pussy cat off. That's not my intention in life, to antagonize and, look at it, the pussy cat the wrong way. Does that pussy cat take off and wander around? So that's kind of takes the pussy cat inside himself and kind of squats it outside among all the other kitties. Now, I can't remember, that is a male cat, right? No, well, is it a eunuch? What is it, a male, a female, or a eunuch kitty? That cat is that big and it's a female? I have never seen a fatter pussy cat than that. You know that?
Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, Whiskey 7, Mike Bravo Romeo. I'm amazed at how big that pussy cat of yours is.
What a retard.
What in the world can happen to a pussy cat while you were away in Arizona? And that pussy cat hasn't been able to lose any weight off the pussy cat's tummy. It kind of startled him when you came home and saw that gigantic pussy cat staring you right in the face there, didn't it? Well, a poopy pussy cat would give me the shivers. Shiver.
I'd be back.
Well, gee, let me ask, stand by a second, Doug. Did Doug miss anything while he was gone that we need to repeat? Go ahead, K7DWY, W7MBR. Do we need to relay anything he may have missed while he was gone? Go ahead, John. It's all yours. Isn't that funny? He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand when I talk normal, Doug.
Right, I get that.
No, I said did Doug, DSI, W7DSI miss anything when he took off for a minute? Do we need to relay or update him on anything pertinent that you and I were talking about? Go ahead. Boy, you're down today. Do you get your amp on? Man, I could tell. Wow. Almost like you've got a couple of chastity belts on or something there, Tom.
Don't give away all my secrets, Dave.
Oh, I don't know. I just have a tendency to do that.
Anyway, go ahead and continue your conversation. This is an old SC-101 Bravo. Barefoot. I just brought it back to life, so I'm just checking it out.
What did you find on it?
Rectifier board had blown diodes for the 13-volt rail. Finals were flat. The rig board had a couple of top taps, so the bias supply wasn't working for the finals. And a couple other things.
It raised the cores. Wow, that was a lot of stuff.
50-year-old radio.
Yeah, I've got the FT101E, and I cannot get the on sideband. I can't get the carrier to null out completely. If I get it out on lower, it's a little too high on up, or it's high enough where people can hear it. And I've changed the pots, I've changed caps and resistors around that circuit, and I can't get that out of there.
Something in the modulator board. I'm sure I could find it pretty quick. But anyway, carry on. You want if well, I'm not going to keep you too long. So I'll be listening. Maybe I'll turn the other radio on so you can hear me a little better. And good evening to Doug out there. Here, Doug. And the other station's a little wonky to listen to. Anyway, Dave, good to hear you. And did you get my link to that amplifier?
Yeah, I did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And yeah, you don't sound the audio on the 101B here is quite a bit different than the other radio. Is that a 101? What are you using? I forget when you mainly get on here.
I usually run the FTDX 101B or the FTDX 5000.
Yeah, well, yeah, you had the 5,000, man. I would, even though I've got way too many radios, I would sell a few of my old radios or several and get me one of those. But those things still bring a pretty good penny, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But anyway, all right, buddy, I'll warm up the 5,000 and the amplifier and stuff so you can hear me a little better. But I'm only going to be in here for a little while. Good to hear you, Dave. And you're sounding good. Doug's sounding good. Like I said, the other guys really didn't like, but I am confident. We'll be listening. Whiskey 7 Oscar.
10-4, good buddy. Thank you for coming in, and come on back on the other radio. Doug, did you get any of that?
Yep, I heard all of that, and good evening to you, Tom.
DR. Did you copy TP, John? Did you copy Tom in Reno? Using an old vintage 70-ish Yaesu, the MC101B, and it sounded pretty good, but it only runs about 100 watts. Well, they do quite well with that low power. I mean, generally speaking, you do really pretty good, I think. Oh, it's got a fan that comes on automatically? Okay, boy, I've got a strange text from somebody, and, wow, I'm not quite sure what to think about that, because I thought I was talking to him. Gave me a call, and then, well, that was a strange text there, Doug.
Well, I figured after I called you, and you didn't answer, that Johnny would, we'd wind him up and he'd go to the fridge and we wouldn't hear him anymore. And so I figured I wouldn't be talking with you, so that's why I sent that text.
Okay, the wife wants French dip sandwiches for dinner, so I will make that. Okay, now, French dip sandwich, tell me about that.
I just mixed up a package of what's called au jus gravy, which is kind of watered down gravy. And then I get that all good and heated up, and we take thin sliced roast beef and just put it down in that gravy and heat it up, and then we put that on a sandwich bun and sauteed up some onions and mushrooms in garlic butter, and put the mushrooms and onions on top of the roast beef on the bread, and then dip it into that sauce and eat that as a sandwich.
Wow, that's such a complicated recipe. You know, when I can't figure out whether to flush once or twice when I've, you know, really messed the toilet up. Man, I'd have to take notes on that one.
Yeah, they're good. It's a good sandwich.
I think I've heard of those. Is it usually they use brown gravy?
No, it's more of a juice. It's called au jus.
Juice, okay.
It's runnier than gravy. It's more like a real thin down gravy, but it's a beef, kind of a beef juice.
Do they have them at Arby's? Where do you get the roast beef? Did you do the roast beef or buy it or what?
We get it at the deli, thin slice.
Yeah, kind of a swapping sandwich then, right? Now, do you get your individual little dip bowls? So if you spit into the dip, it's not in everybody else's dip, or do you share the dip with everybody? Yeah, I always, you know, when they bring out dip for potato chips and people take a little bite out of the potato chip and then they dip that same one they've taken a bite out. It's got slobber all over it. What do you guys think about that? You just don't worry about that or what?
You sure do know how to tie it up, Dave, and we got on the other radio, W708.
Yeah, I've tried it up. People just don't know what to think, how to answer. What do you think? If you're out with a date and you want to end up French kissing her, you could care less whether she fits in the dip. But Grandma, got a tooth and got periodontal disease or something. You don't want her spitting back in it, do you, there, Tom?
Hey, as long as I've got a nice glass of tequila or something else to kill the germs, I don't care.
Well, I forgot to tell you about a grandma. When I was a service technician for Sears for a while, we had to go pick up a TV set I was going to bring into the shop to fix. I took another guy out there with me, and she had baked some cookies, and he's, instead of asking her for one, he's sitting there and picking them up and looking at them and then putting them back down on the plate. He was a weird one. Anyway, Grandma said, well, go ahead and help yourself to a cookie if you want, but, don't touch all of them. And anyway, he did. And as he was leaving, she said, hey, son, you're hungry. Hey, I've got something for you. And he said, what? She said, I've got some peanuts. And I'll put them in a bag for you. I'll bag them up. And he said, I don't want to take all your peanuts. Oh, she said, that's okay. I don't like peanuts. And I've already sucked all the chocolate off of them anyway.
That was nice of her.
With a chocolate-covered peanuts, and this is a true story. I mean, I'm not making this up, and she said, hey, don't worry about that. I don't like them, and I've sucked all the chocolate off, so I'm good.
Well, actually, I don't have a comeback for that one. I'll have to think of something.
Well, that's true, but, it was kind of odd that she kept the peanuts and gave the peanuts, after she sucked the chocolate off. My God, give me the shiver.
Kilo India 6 Charlie Romeo.
Hey, have you seen the commercials, the mattress commercials, where the guy is dipping his tortilla chips in the dip, and he broke a chip off, and the broken chips in the dip, and he just reaches his fingers down in that dip bowl and just grabs the whole thing and pushes it in his mouth. Did you see that one?
I didn't, but I've seen people do that.
Oh yeah, right into the dip bowl. Just grabbed everything. Fingers all the way down to the first knuckle.
Oh my God. I save all that crazy stuff for the bedroom.
Oh my.
Oh yeah,
else in there, Dave.
Get fingers down to the dip and everything, you know what I mean?
Somebody jump in there?
Yeah, it's Chris down in Los Angeles, KI6CR.
Hello, Chris in Los Angeles. Hi, good evening, Chris. This is Tom in Reno, Nevada, Whiskey 7 Oscar Alpha, and I'm sure you know the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I've been away for a little while, and I jumped in just to hear the peanut story, only to learn that not much has changed here on frequency from when I left off a couple months ago.
Oh, Dave, I believe you have a fan.
Are you the Hollywood Chris that lives up there?
Yeah, you got it, Dave. Good to hear you tonight. Dougie sounds good also, like usual.
Roger. Good to hear you, Chris. It has been a while.
Yeah, I was just pulling up the logbook here. I don't know how it's possible that it's been so long, but it looks like I haven't talked to you guys in a couple months. Tom, good to hear you in there as well. It looks like you're a regular on frequency here, at least in my logbook. But good to hear you guys. We've had a busy summer, lots of travel and vacations, and I go where I'm told, but for the most part, been away from the radio for a couple months here, so it's good to be back and squeeze the pickle here. Let's throw it back to Tom there. You're the loudest signal tonight, Tom. How copy on your end there?
Okay, Chris. Well, mine just burst Dave's bubble. Now I'm going to have to listen to Dave whine the rest of the night because I'm louder than he is, but I'm closer to you, too. So keep that in mind, Dave. Anyway, Chris, you're good. I'm running a Yaesu FTBX 5000, and I have an attenuator in it, so it's a little hard to give you a reading. You're an S9, I would say, based on this radio, if I would take the attenuator out, you'd probably be about 20 over. And I am running about 1,300 watts. And like you got, I'm in Reno, Nevada, and you do have a great signal, though, Chris. No problem copying.
Okay, very good on the attenuator. We're not splitting hairs here, and you're a good 20, 25 dB over here. So the 1,300 watts checks out. Great signal, but good to hear you in there again. And let me toss it over to Doug. Dougie, anything new and exciting going on? I don't know. It's been a couple months. You hanging in there?
Yeah, still hanging in there. You know, it's been a warm summer up here, very little rain. Working on my deck now. I'm scraping the old deck coating off I have on it because it's peeling off. And I'm gonna this time I'm gonna hit it with an oil-based stain. I think an oil-based stain is the way to go. I'm never gonna use that. It's more like a paint rather than a deck sealer. And it lasts about 2 winters and peels. So from here on out, oil stain for me.
Yeah, very good. Well, good luck with that. That sounds like a lot of work. And are you still running the same Kenwood amp, like 850 watts-ish, give or take?
Roger, yeah. I don't have the tubes that actually take are pretty expensive, and I found another tube, he told me about him, a 4-400A, and I got, you got to make a little modification on the inside of the amp to run those tubes, and that drops it in wattage a little bit, but it's around 850, 900 watts. I was getting 1,1300 with the 3-500 Z's in there. But this one's working good too this way, and the tubes are cheaper.
All right, very good, very good. Well, glad that's still holding up for you there. And I certainly didn't mean to monopolize the frequency here. It's good. I was just spinning the dial. 40 meters kind of died off. I was hanging out up there, just calling CQ and burning some electrons there with nobody coming back to me. So I thought I'd pop down here, and I see you guys are a couple KCs off of where I normally find you, which is okay. But it's all good, and it's good to hear everybody. And Dave, your signal, don't be offended. Your signal is still very loud tonight here in Los Angeles. Tom just had you by a couple dBs there, so don't let me hurt your feelings there. Over to you, Dave. KI6CR on the group.
No problem, and after all, it's not your fault. You're just relaying what the ether is doing to his signal and mine, you know, if he's a couple dB over, I'm fine with that. The only thing I'm going to say, and I'll pass it to Tom, see if he has anything into his defense. Tom should know better than that.
Oh, my. Well, you know, Chris, I'll just have to make sure if I hear you again next time, I will turn the amplifier down a little bit or the drive down a little bit. Dave's get his feelings hurt real easy if you can't tell, right?
Yeah, we don't want anyone to shut their radio off with tears one way or the other. So Dave's delivery is funny, and I've often joked that he and Dougie should have like a comedy tour that no one would attend but me. I'd be in the front row because I find their banter rather entertaining at minimum. And Dave's demeanor and his delivery is always very serious, but then I know him well enough now. I know there's a punchline is coming, you know, and it's like, oh wait, where's he going with this? And then it shows up, and it's like, yes, there it is. And I appreciate it. It makes me chuckle, and I'm glad I kicked the radio on here tonight. So hey, I won't keep it, but I'll be here, and it's good to hear everybody in there. Tom, I'll check it back to you, and then I don't know, figure it out from there. KI6CR in the group.
Yeah, no problem, Chris. Well, you know, we don't do round table crap or anything. Whoever's got something to say and has got the quickest finger or foot on the button, they win. It seems to be the way it works. That's what I like it that way. I hate that round table crap. Dave and I have talked about this before. It's one of the reasons I don't do a lot of nets, and one of the reasons I don't do AM that much anymore. It's just, I don't know, a little more freewheeling, I guess. And Dave, you know, no insult intended, at least not too much of one anyway. And I think, you know, you're a big boy now. I bet you got your big pants on, Dave, so you'll get over it, right?
Well, man, I don't think I needed to slip into a bigger pair over something that silly. I did want to ask Tom one thing. Hey, Tom, have you ever worked for the volunteer fire department or been a fireman? Tom, excuse me. My brain has gone dead. K-I-6-E-R. Have you ever been a fireman?
No, negative on the fireman or volunteer.
Well, with that smooth way you handled that last little clip and put the big fire that was smoldering out, I thought maybe you had. Hey, way to go. Thanks for putting the fire out.
Hey, the only problem with, you know, whoever has the quickest finger here, he wins. Periodically, we do double a lot.
Well, I tell you what, I am so
No way. Listen, right.
Say it isn't so.
We all doubled. That was hilarious.
I'm really quick with the middle finger.
Yeah.
Really quick with the middle finger. And so that's your VM back, by the way. But if, I really shouldn't say this, but my naughty finger comes in handy every now and then.
Depends on where you put it.
Put it in your ear. No, for heaven's sakes. How did we get off on fingers anyway? Yeah, I've got arthritis. I've had too much use over the years, I guess. And I can hear Chris from Los Angeles up here in this building. He's in Hollywood.
I don't hear him very well.
He hobnobs with all the movie stars and everything up there in Hollywood. Me to relay like I do. Hey, Chris, say something and I'll relay to Johnny, N7FJB, and then he'll say something and I'll relay back. I'm really good at it, so go ahead and try it.
Yeah, very good. I have very rough to no copy on the other station you're referring to, so I'm not sure where he's located. I think he said he was a 7 call, but yeah, no, I might take the SDR on for fun, but I'm not really hearing him here.
Okay, Johnny, I'm going to relay that for you. Chris said because you're running such a puny little station and you sound like you're a little kindergartner on the radio that he can't hear you very well. And so I'm relaying that. Go ahead, and what do you want me to tell Chris? Tell Chris I can copy him. He's kind of in my noise, but I do have it's not, I don't know, it's rough. I'll put it that way. It's a rough copy. And Johnny said it's not only a rough copy, there's no need to be rough on him just because his signal isn't making it down to Hollywood. So he said he'll let you pass this time, but don't do it again. Chris, QSL on the message?
Yeah, QSL, message received. Dave, as always, appreciate you and your relay services. Just putting on my tab, and I will make good on that someday when the time is right. Payable in the form of double-dipped nachos. So thank you for the relay.
Anybody else need a relay? Hey, just ask Chris how much power you're running. Well, he wants to know how much power you're running. And go ahead and tell him, and then and if you have any other comments, I'll just be real quick. He just wants to know how much power you're running.
Yeah, no worries. It's about 500 watts. Where is he located?
Lake Stevens is not that far from Seattle, up in that area there.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I guess the band's a little up and down. I hear him some bits and then not others. But 500 watts is the answer. Back to you.
He's running 500 watts, John. Any further comments back to him? Well, I'm running about the same. I'm surprised he can't hear me. What's his noise floor? Yeah, he said he's running about the same, and I guess he said he had a hard time controlling his middle finger when he answered that question. not that he's insulted, he just pisses off easy. He said, what's your noise floor in Hollywood right now?
I feel like an 8 noise floor, so that's not helping.
He said it's a 69. His noise floor is 69, John. Oh, that explains a lot. Anyway, John, he said he knew it, Chris.
Okay, very good, very good. Thanks for that, Dave.
Yeah, I bet. But no more relaying. I apologize, and it's worn me out, so I can't relay anymore tonight. Hey, Doug, maybe you can relay for him.
I'm going to stay out of that there, Dave. Okay, Dave? Okay, Dave.
Don't you think I did a good job relaying?
I think it sucks.
What? I'm going to have a relay on that one, Chris. Did you catch what Doug...
With the quickest key, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, he with the quickest key is the guy that gets to double with Dave, but it's all good. I'll let you get back to your relay work there.
No, I think, let me think about it. Might have to get back to you tomorrow, but my initial thought on that could be construed as somewhat of a compliment. Am I close?
Yeah, definitely, but only for you.
Okay, right. Okay, well, somebody better pick it up. I've got to think about this for a minute.
Don't smoke up the station there, Dave, if you think too hard.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I should ask you which end am I smoking out of.
Dave, that goes into the category of too much information.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, that was a very nice way of telling me to cool it. Good Tom. I don't know what to say now. I'm hurt, but it was necessary. You had to do it.
Well, you already said you got your big boy pants on, Dave, so I guess I don't know what else I can do to help you tonight.
No, you needed to tell me that. Occasionally people need to come in and say, hey, Dave, enough, you're running into the ground, I mean, my dad, Johnny thinks it all the time, and I usually take off to the refrigerator. You just came out and bluntly ruined my whole night. I mean, there's no problem there.
I love the drama.
Well, I didn't quite the problem is, they were full before I came. I don't think it's really your fault. If I had changed them before I came, everything would be hunky-dory, Tom. Does that depend on it? It depends. I might buy a plate sometime.
Depends.
Equate, they fall apart. All you got to do is dribble in those, and everything they put in there to absorb it just falls into little balls, and you're walking down the aisle at Walmart, and they spill out all over. Fortunately, in Walmart, nobody notices it's there. So I guess they don't equate that. They certainly don't. Boy, don't. When you get older and you depend on, isn't that a nice little pun, depend? You depend on that protection. Don't get the equate. Especially if you go to church. My God, what a mess. Like I say, Walmart or the streets of Aberdeen or in homeless camps, it's okay. I taught you that. Didn't I teach you this? I taught you that. That was mine. I was going to use that line. What do you think of that one, Chris? Did you hear that? Well, maybe he didn't hear you, and I can relay that to Chris. Chris, did you hear that joke that Johnny told?
No, I missed that one, but I'm good, Dave. Thank you.
Well, you don't want to hear the Q joke.
I'll take the joke in its original form.
Well, unfortunately, others said they wanted to hear it, so you'll have to stick the fingers in there. I made this one up, and this is my creative side. It just overwhelms me sometimes. Why in the world do you call church pews pews? Why, have you ever smelled those things?
But
I don't think we are on the proper humor track with Chris. I think we need to maybe pull our thoughts together and start over again here. Anybody have a good joke Chris would like to hear?
Hey, Chris,
yo, Doug.
what do you call a flea on a bald man's head?
What, Doug?
Homeless.
That's a good one. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Doug, thanks for kicking me out of the water. But I'm glad it made Chris happy, but, you can't make everybody happy, Doug.
Right, Dave, right. Okay, Dave. Okay.
I'm okay with you. I told you to make Tony happy, and he loved it. But, you kind of got on my parade here, but that's okay. I'm fine.
Okay, Dave. Right, Dave. Okay.
I'm okay. Tom, you know I'm okay, don't you?
Oh, I know you're okay, Dave. Trust me.
Yeah, boy, a little sarcasm in there, I think. You hear John, Tom?
Yes.
I'm just checking. Everybody can hear me but Chris down in LA. Oh, he can't hear me very well. He puts his fingers in his ears every time he hears my call letters. Whiskey 7 Mike Bravo Romeo. I shouldn't say that, and I want to keep my license a little longer if I don't say my call.
It's W7 DSI. Yeah, Dave, you know that happens a lot here. Anyway, W7 DSI.
I don't know, Doug. I hope you forgive me.
Oh yeah, I got no problems with it.
A little perturbed, but Doug's good with it there, Tom.
Oh, did that irritate you, Dave?
It just kind of skipped on by me, and, like somebody that bumps you in a supermarket or something, and they don't mean it.
What part of their body did they bump you with?
Well, it would depend where and whom, whether or not it would bother me.
Yeah, whiskey tags would probably not be good there.
Anyway, why don't you guys carry on for a minute, and I'll see if I can think of a good, clean joke here for Chris.
That's almost an oxymoron, a good, clean joke.
Coming from me.
I wasn't specifically targeting you, Dave, but, if you want to take that man, okay with me.
Oh, wow. We're a pesky bunch today. I did, but I can't remember. You remember that one, Dave. Oh, come on, tell it. Come on. Sure, your joke. Come on, get credit for it. I don't think I can tell it anymore. Go ahead, come on, we're anxious. Heard about the kid talking about Irish? Doesn't matter, tell it anyway.
I haven't heard it. Go for it.
Tom doesn't care. He said, tell it again. He does. Tom said he would leave if you don't tell it. Again.
Dave, your powers of relaying are astounding.
Thank you, Tom. I needed that compliment. I've been put down, I felt, a little today, but thanks for bringing me back up again.
No matter what they say, Dave, your relaying skills are definitely in your own category.
Second to the way I can blow my nose better than everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Johnny, we're on the edge of our seats. There's something about eyelids.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm serious. I have not heard it, so lay it on me.
Come on, John. No, come on, tell it. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? I feel responsible now that you don't want to tell it because I was crude or rude or something. Now, come on, yell me out anyway. I don't believe this.
See what you did, Dave? You ruined it for everybody.
See, I wasn't kidding. See, Johnny, tell it. Come on, bail me out. They're changing the subject down. I can hear you pretty good, Johnny. Ignoring me. You're over in the corner over here, Johnny. Weren't talking to me then, but it sounded like you were. Holy shite, over in the corner there, dude. Holy shite. Come on, Tom wants to hear that joke, and he thinks it's my reason and my fault because you won't tell it because I've done something. You should have told me, Dave, do your disclaimer, like this joke is for mature audiences. If you wish not to listen to it, turn your audio down for 20 seconds.
That's what I always tell people when they ask how their audio is. I think if you turn it down to 0, it'll sound much better.
Well, you know, this would be fun, Tom, if you want to make, at least you'll make friends with maybe 20% of the people on frequency. Who has the best audio tonight out of everybody that is here or has been here? Dave Mark-Levy boys. I don't think Tom's going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No, I'm going to... Actually, no, I'll take that one, Dave. You want me to take that one?
Oh, no, come on, I'm already upset.
This would only upset you a little more.
No, don't do that. So I already know. Well, I'm upset just a little bit now already.
No, then my job is done.
We don't got nobody. You know it's going to be you. Okay, let's just go ahead. It's Johnny. Doesn't mean anything at all. I doubled.
I know it was not on purpose. I'm going to vote for Doug having the best audio.
Why, thank you, Tom.
Remember, that happened before, and it's pretty well, anyway. There we go, Doug.
I like it, Dave. I like it.
Maybe with that that modification I did on your linear, give me a little credit, Tom, and I helped him with the 4-400 mod. Maybe I had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, and I mentioned that too, Dave, that, you know, you helped me with the modification to make those tubes work.
You think that might be making your audio a little better?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's okay. Yeah, I hope it doesn't make a liar out of Tom. I mean, I hope, Tom, are you okay with that, Tom?
Oh, I'm fine with it, Dave.
Oh, confidence there, huh?
Also, Tom, your audio is pretty darn good, too. Thank you, Doug. It's always good for my neighbor in Nevada to help me out.
Oh, well, let's give each other a little kissy on the cheek.
Yeah, a little peck on the cheek, huh? Yeah, you know, Dave, if I was closer, maybe I would.
You know what? I'm not as loud at Chris's house, and Doug has me beat on audio. Oh boy, what a night!
Dave, you need to build that amplifier I sent you that link to. Then you'll have everybody.
Oh, while we were doing that craziness there? Yeah, I want to hear some craziness. My fingers in my ears, they don't like it. Alright, here we go. I'm not as loud as Chris's house, and Doug has me beat on audio. Oh boy, what a night.
Build that amplifier. I think my audio sucks.
I thought you sounded really good when you were a baby sucking on your mother for nourishment.
There you go. How do you know what he sounded like?
Just saying. How did you sound, Tom? You were right by me there.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I thought Dave and Tom sounded pretty darn good.
Who is a little bit better than the other?
Yeah, you both sounded great.
Equal?
Yeah.
You got more expensive microphone. Who is a little bit better than the other?
I would say they both sounded great.
Johnny, what do I need to do? What can I tweak here? Come on. Hurry, help me. I'm desperate. I think you need to add some sparkle on that high end there. Still more high. Well, let's get Tom's opinion. Why don't you DB more 2,500 cycles? What do you think, Tom?
Oh, you know, the sparkle sounds actually, to me, and I'm not being joking now, your voice is kind of a little bit higher pitched than mine, Dave, so I don't think you need any more highs, personally.
Hey, another slam. Okay, let me see. Let me take a little of this potential. Let me put on the de-esser. A de-esser will be a de-esser slammer. So I won't send out that jive here. Let me see if I can get in and do that real quick.
Now I hurt his feelings. You know what we all ought to do, if you're that interested, just everybody log into the KFS SDR and record on that thing, because it has a pretty good receiver, and it'll give you a pretty good idea what you sound like.
Oh, I do that all the time. But unfortunately, I do that quite frequently. I really do.
Are you insecure?
No, I'm not. I'm having fun with you guys. It doesn't matter what I can. I'm happy for Doug. Doug's got to win one once in a while. Doug, don't you? Nobody fucking cares. Who was that? I wonder who that was.
I have no idea.
You know, and that's interesting when they come in. You know, what we really don't care about on this frequency is a fucking comment like that, sir. We don't care what you think. How about that? Let me see, I've heard that name before, that voice. Hey, well, can you identify? Hey, I'm Whiskey 7, Mike Bravo Romeo. I'm not afraid. You're a Sadie cat? Sadie kitty? Oh, it's a Sadie kitty. Yeah, I mean, let me see, hear you do all of this when you've identified properly. Yeah, Laura from the FCC on the other line. She says she's ready, so go ahead and identify and then give your little funnies here for us. Oh, come on. Now, come on, identify. It's not, we don't even listen. We have filters for people who don't give their call. I just turned my filter off, so I'm trying to help you. So we want you to join in. But if you can't identify, we'll just have to ask you to go bye-bye. That's a good this is crazy to know. It must be, yeah, you know. It's interesting. I can't feel sorry for him that he's ashamed of himself. He doesn't have enough confidence in himself or his station to identify. But if I talk like that and had kind of mediocre audio and signal that isn't that loud, I might do the same.
They probably came from 8:45 when they all went to sleep. Dave, I got to, and Johnny and Chris and Doug and everybody else, Mike, I got to go let the dogs out and let them do their nightly business. So I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you guys. If you're in here tomorrow night, I'll turn the radio on and say hello to you. And Dave, I hope you didn't take anything I said seriously. I'm sure you didn't, but have a good one, guys. W708.
Well, I was going to tell you the same thing. I'm just having fun with you serious. I thought it was Wyatt and I really enjoyed it. So don't take me too serious either. It's hard to take me. Hard to understand sometimes how I feel, but it was all totally in fun. So you have a good one. And keep coming in. We enjoy it. You know that.
W708, W7DSI. Good night to you there, Tom. Good to hear you. You take care. Have a good day tomorrow.
Thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm great. All right, guys. Good night. Take care.
Hey, take care. You taking off too, TV, John? Hey, thanks for swinging on by.
Good night to you there, John. You take care. 73. Have a great day.
That's right, baby. That's what I'm talking about. FJB.
Let's go, Brandon, baby.
You still there, Dave?
I am. The Johnny sounded so good. Really, that was pro Johnny. Somebody's complimenting me on my call back, so I got to acknowledge that. I'm sorry. Well, I'm complimenting you on your response. That sounded, like, on the 50 kilowatt in New York City or LA or something. No, I'm not being facetious, honey. I was impressed. Exactly the opposite of the impressions I'm getting from the unidentified big guy on frequency.
Yeah, I was perplexed, too.
You were perplexed. Hey, seriously, really, Tony and I are very happy that you got the award tonight. I told you last time when the other guy did it, there was some validity to that. You thought it was maybe a one-time thing. But look, you got two in a row there, man. How does that make you feel?
Well, you know, I feel good about it, but I think you and Tom have awful good sounding audio.
You know, in all seriousness, it's a lot in the ear of the beholders to some extent. But Tom is a smart guy. He's been around a long time. So I take it seriously. I'm not just saying this. I take his opinion quite literally, I would say. Oh, now are you just doing that? Are you going to slip out, or are you going to really be back? Let's go, Brandon. Can I talk a little shit about you if you take off? Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Come on, baby. Hey, man, that's cool.
Roger, Roger.
Here we are, man. I love it. Hey, I got this call for you. Well, Doug, man, you're the celebrity tonight.
Yeah. Johnny was looking for a different call sign, and he kind of wanted the FJB in there, and I found that one for him.
You think you can help me turn over a new leaf?
Oh, no, Dave, I wouldn't want to do that.
You got that night, you said?
I do.
Oh, yeah, I paid the money, and next thing you know, like a month and a half later, I looked at the FCC database. I'm like, I got any call sign, guys. This is killer. Hey, I forgot the other call you had prior to. What was that? No, but that's just that's gone to the wayside, hasn't it? I still remember it, though, obviously. Well, we are delighted that it is making your day, or your life, or whatever. It's almost irrelevant now. FJB is gone. He's going to go on the old program. Okay, I'm going to run to the camera. I'll be right back. Like you're going to do it again, John. Hey, Nate and Doug, you got your input filter on there? Yeah, I can just see a little blip on the screen. But my filter, remember that filter I spent a fortune on and I told you about it? The dipshit filter, I've got mine on, and I can't hear any dipshits coming through it right now. So, Doug,
I got my...
so you made those really good... How many sandwiches did you have? Just one apiece?
I had one. I had two. My wife had one.
Okay, just one. Wow. What kind of bread do you put that on?
You know those, it's like a hoagie bun.
Just a big hoagie bun, huh? Did you have any side dishes with that?
No, just had the roast beef and onions and mushrooms, sauteed onions and mushrooms on top of the roast beef. But, you know, I stacked the beef on there pretty thick. So, yeah, two of them filled me up pretty good.
Some pretty good deli beef. Was that pre-cooked deli beef?
Oh, was that pre-cooked? Yeah, it was cooked kind of medium rare.
Boy, that sounds good. Hey, how come you didn't make me a meal when you came out here? I would have bought, you name it, we could have had one of those sandwiches out here when you came out. Next time you'll have to do that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, absolutely. I really need to go see my daughter in Utah, and really, I think the quickest route is right. Did you come through Spokane? What highway did you hit? No, you didn't. You know, you weren't that way. Tell me how you got here.
I can't remember. I'd have to pull up a map and take a gander at it that way.
Because you're actually south of Spokane. You're down lower, aren't you?
Yeah. I know I think I was on 84 for a bit.
I haven't heard of that highway. The world famous I-80, down into Utah. So when you left, I won't go into details, but what was the next city or the city of any consequence when you left Elko as you're headed west?
Well, I went up what's called the Mountain City Highway up into Mountain Home, Idaho, and then caught the freeway into Boise.
Oh, up by Boise. Okay. So you did go a little bit north, and then as you were headed west, right?
Yeah, had to.
That's about the only way you can do it. Okay. Did you go through Winnemucca or by Winnemucca?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay, John. We were just talking about the route Doug took when he came out to see me. Yeah, which route did you take, Doug?
I'm going to have to look at a map, but I went up to Boise, and then from Boise I went on up that way.
Oh, so like Highway 93 a lot, then?
No, I took the Mountain City Highway, which I can't, let's see, it's 225, I think it's 225. Highway 225, 226, north up into Mountain Home, Idaho, and then up from there into Boise, and then from Boise northwest. I was on 84 for a while, and can't remember what it was from there. I'd have to look at a map again.
I wonder if it's the same route I took when I had my car in Wells, and I had to drop off the rental car in Ocho, and then from Ocho I took this kind of back way into Boise, as opposed to going back to Wells, and that's 93.
Yep, that's correct. That's the way you went through that, what's called, it's the Mountain City Highway, they call it, and it runs up to a little town called Mountain City. Then you go across all that open rangeland up there. It's Indian Reservation, Hawaii Indian Reservation.
That's exactly how we went, and you gotta pay attention because there's cows over the road. It's open range, there's no fencing, it's crazy.
Yeah, cows and horses.
Yeah, and then you come to these little areas where you're going around the little lakes and stuff like that, the little curves and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah, you go through a canyon, and there's the Hawaii River is running through that canyon there.
That sounds familiar. That's the way Jim and I went, because we took the shortest route from Elko to Boise, and that's the way the GPS took us.
Yep, that's the way I went. I went up that way.
Yeah, we know that way, Jim. Hey, Doug, isn't Boise north of Elko?
Yeah, Boise is north of Elko.
She liked that route. That was cool. She liked it. Why would you go north if you headed south? Why did you go north if you're actually working your way down south to Arizona? Because Elko is south of Boise, and you went from Elko to Boise?
Yeah.
Well, that's when I was on my way back from Arizona, my car broke down near Wells. I dropped it off there, and then I rented a car from Elko and drove back to Seattle. And then a month later, I had to go back and pick up my car in Wells. And then Jane and I drove the rental car. She drove my car. And then we took the rental car back to Elko. And then we stayed in the hotel there that night. And then we drove my car from Elko back to Seattle. Wow, I didn't know that. You may have told me. That's quite a drive. How many hours from down? I asked Doug from Elko to Seattle. That's quite a drive. If you do it straight, it's like over 12. That's about what it was for you, was it, Doug? About 12 hours?
Yeah, 12, 13, but I stopped, and get gas and pick up something to munch on.
So, Doug, you drove that big Dodge toward your trailer on that route, right?
I didn't take my trailer. drove my truck up when I went to see Dave. No, I didn't pull a trailer.
That's the truck that I saw you mention, is that right?
Yep, that truck, that's the one.
Yeah, although my old motorhome needed to be cleaned a little bit, Doug, I think you slept in that bed back in the old 40-foot motorhome, I think, when you were up here, didn't you?
Yeah, it did.
How was that, Doug?
It was good. Yeah, it was nice. It was a comfortable bed.
Man, I wish I knew what to do with that motorhome. It's just sitting there, looking worse every day. Yeah, I've got to get a starter on that darn thing so I can run the engine once in a while. Is that one of those Class A diesel pusher things? Absolutely. It's a Newmar, and they were, kind of a Cadillac. Very expensive back in its day. I didn't pay anything near like that for it. But that's pretty nice inside there, isn't it, Doug?
It is. It's really nice.
Got the big tip out. We didn't have the tip out, so I've got a bush in the way, so I couldn't open that up for him.
Didn't need it. I just went in there to sleep.
Nice little lick you got in there, Johnny. Try to hear that. Hey, you just kind of snip that one in now. It's been a nice, pleasant QSO. Started a little late and still going. I'm surprised. Oh, we even got cool jammers tonight. Very cool. They like my call sign. I think they just like you. You're a very likable person, Johnny. Where I live, they don't, as you know, and I thought you love, but other than that, I saw that when you took me around. Everybody was waving at you, and that little gal that gave us a drink, and, from California, they're very friendly toward you. And the gal that runs the concession stand, she was very friendly. She even let you look at her scrapbook. Let me look in the scrapbook, too. That was just because of you. I mean, that had nothing to do with me.
Well, whatever again, I'm not going to change. This is a Redimus RT3S. I never played with it before. Just getting the code bug arranged is a little different than my Anytone. But I think I figured it out.
I thought you died or something.
That's also what I'm doing. I went to
Nightmare, you
GD77
poor little boy.
on it yesterday. I was too tired to do it correctly, so I put it off for a day, and I'm back to it today.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that, John. When you went down there, we talked on 20 every day. Oh, speaking of which, I found that 12 meter works really well on the wintertime down there.
Thank you for your assistance. I really appreciate it. We'll talk again soon. This is KK7, IED, clear.
Oh, 20 meters. That's really good. At nighttime? Roger, well, about 20 can stay open, I don't know in the winter, but in the summer it can stay open way into the wee hours of the morning.
7, IED, test.
That's an idea. Oh, so West Arizona. Okay, perfect. didn't miss a word. We never had a night we couldn't hear each other. Yeah, he was banging through up here. When was that? That last year? Last winter or the winter before? I think it was last winter, wasn't it?
Thank you for getting back to me. I appreciate the radio check. You're coming in loud and clear also.
You did.
YC1BAW. This is KK7IED. You have a good evening. Clear on your final.
Well, I'll try to get it to see if we can when I get down there and see if we can stay in contact. Meters work really good for one of the Now, what was that February you were taking off? I can't remember. Here? I'll be leaving here in September. So you're leaving in September for Arizona? Yeah, we have that for 6 months. 6 months? No kidding. So, around the 1st, what part of September? End of September, like 27th. Wow, I didn't know you were leaving that early. Great. I mean, you'll enjoy that, but 6 months, wow. You're going to be down there for 6 months? Take care, John, as always. See you later. I think I'm going to get on to bed, John. It's been fun. Hey, thanks for sticking around. I enjoyed talking to you. Had a good time.
Yeah, thanks, Dave, for getting on.
I know there's, we don't want to forget about not Doug.
Right, I think I'm going to go lay down and try to get a little more sleep, too.
Hey, I was saying, the puppy's asleep right now?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's got that new husky, and that thing is, he's a wild little boy, Johnny. Yeah, about 4 months old. My daughter in Utah now, you're not a cat lover though, are you, Johnny? Oh, no, I like cats. I had some Chinese cats when I was there. My daughter in Utah got a Sphinx. I don't know, I know they're expensive. I don't know how much money she paid for it. But it's only 2 months old. I have never had the darndest thing. He sent me videos and things. Man, they are very smart, very coordinated. About 10 or 15 different sounds it can make. It's got a little cat, that hairless cat. I don't know about that, no clothes. I usually like, pussy cats without clothes on, no. I'm like the natural. I mean, that's just a human thing, It's not being naughty or it's not dirty or nasty or anything. If I went after a Sphinx cat, it might be a little weird, but I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm talking about. It's not like I go after the cat, for heaven's sake. You didn't even have that coming into your mind at all, did you? I never do that. John has a great big fat poopy kitty, and I never looked at it that way. Oh, and you don't have to hold that. I mean, that just comes without saying. Absolutely, for heaven's sake. Yeah, I didn't. She was okay. Well, you have a good one there, sir, and I hope you enjoyed it okay, and you weren't too embarrassed. Wow, boy, I don't even keep up with the days of the week since I retired. I don't even know what the day of the week, what day of the week is it? Friday morning now. You don't have to work today? No, Now, is he told me already that he can pretty well take care of everything that comes up in the winter. He does get a few jobs, but he can handle it all himself. He is okay with that. So when you come back and it opens up again, you can go and do that for a while, right? Absolutely. Yeah. How did you meet him? Has he been a long-time friend, or how did you come across this guy? It's a long story, but we worked together on and off for about 20 years. Well, is he about your same age? He's 10 years older than me. Oh, really? Is he married? Yeah, he's got like 5 daughters. Wow. So he makes a halfway decent living, and this is full-time. This is all he does, right? Exactly, right. And he just started, did he pay for somebody else, or start this up later, or what? Actually, he worked for another company, and then he worked for me for a while, and I trained him up, and then he started his own company. Yes, so how does he get jobs? Word of mouth, advertise, what does he do? All word of mouth. Wow. If somebody needs him to paint, he's got to get rid of it. Does he ever do two jobs at the same time, kind of? Yes. You've been involved where you have more than one house you're doing at any particular time? Yeah, there's times where he'll leave one job and then go do, like, he does drywall. So he'll, like, go do some mudding, and then the mudding, it takes a while to dry. So he'll go do that in the morning, and then he'll come work with me. And then the next day, he'll go out and sand, and then do a second coat of mud, and then come back. So, like, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. Now, do you know how to do drywall patching yourself? I do. You're pretty good at it, make it look pretty good, huh? I can make it look perfect. It just takes me longer than somebody that does it every day. And you can do textured walls and all kinds of fancy neat things. Texture and knockdown. So you can go into some really expensive, big expensive houses. Everything has to be done just right and make everybody happy, huh? So that's my forte. It's like $1 million homes, $2 million homes. That's what we do. And those paint jobs have to be right on, don't they? Oh yeah, we have to be perfect. It's got to be. Wow. Just kind of a knack. You just had a plan for this? It's just a matter of doing it so long you're going to learn stuff. Yeah, but not everybody gets really, some people with different degrees of how good you get at any one particular thing. There is I guess there's an aptitude. You can't learn it, and then there's like physical skills. Well, I do audio, for example, with me. I've loved audio, but I've never been able to retain, the high level, the epitome, the KHK or WLS audio. Never quite had the natural ability. Good enough and pleasant and not bad, but never that really good stuff. Yes, I tried to live with it. I just get by. I still eat. I still go to the bathroom. I don't talk about it. I wish you still had the Herbie though, man. Yeah, darn it, I don't know what to do about that, and whether or not, if I did it again, because I like the idea of an SCR, completely software-defined computer, a little box in the corner type thing. I do think next time, and I can see the draw, and even though they're quite a bit more expensive going the Anon or Flex or something like that, because, they're kind of a regular deal, they're not, open software and all of that. You probably wouldn't mind doing that either someday, would you? Oh, having an Anon? Not anything like that. Even a Flex. Would you like to do something like that? I don't know. about the flex. I mean, they're okay.
Same thing with Peterson.
So what are we looking at for something halfway decent? Do they have various different prices? I mean, we are way up there. Are we $3, $4 grand, or what are we talking about? I have not done a lot of research on that yet. I'm not looking into it, but I think they're about $3 grand. Yeah, and well, they couldn't sound any better than the HL2. They just probably don't have all the strange little issues and peculiarities and software glitches and things. Well, they probably do have some, but nothing like the Hermes, right? Well, software is easier to run. Is assigned to the Phenom as opposed to the Hermes, where you have to download these patches and stuff. So as far as the Anon, you don't have to like keep updating the software as much as you have to do with this stuff. And it's also 100 watts, so you don't have to run any little amplifier. You can just run it straight into whatever you want to do. Yeah, I mean, it just seems the price difference is so wide and so enormously different, from each other. I mean, night and day price difference. I wonder why they charge so much. I'm sure it doesn't cost nearly as much as EL2 has proven to produce this stuff. I wonder why they, no, I thought they had some that were 4,000 or 5,000 too, don't they? Way up there in price. How much is a brand new 101? I think they have a sale on it right now. I think they're like $32.95. Generally, these are about $3,500. The MPDX 101 MP, it's about $1,200 more. I think LA paid $4,500, and that was on sale. I think he put $4,500 in the MP. Go ahead. That's a lot of money. He wants to trade it off on that new, well, they haven't actually set a price on it. I think they're now distributing it in Japan, but soon, once it gets type approved or whatever, it'll be over here. And it's a 77 something, I can't remember this. It's a new icon, it's not the 7851, it's one below that, but they're going to be about 6,000, and that's the one he's thinking about, I think. There we go. Yeah, you'll have to look that up when you get a chance, John. 77.60, and the projected price is around $6,500. Yeah, what about that 13? So I don't think they make the 7851 anymore, do they? I can't imagine if anybody ever bought one of those. Yeah, but somebody else had one way up there a few years ago. I can't remember if it was. Now Kenwood, don't they have one up around 10 grand something? But even the, John, what is that? The FT710, I think it is. A much smaller radio, similar to the FTDX 10. And it's got the software defined, the digital noise reduction, everything, but doesn't have a second receiver or anything like that in it. But it's got all the upgrades and everything, and it's a Yaesu, and people are raving about it. Even Sherwood's got it like number 4 or 5 or something, and they aren't even. You can get them, I think, for around $800 on sale now. Can you believe that? Yeah, much better than the 7300. They've got all kinds of, basically the same thing. It's not quite like the 101D here, but I don't know how much of a difference I would notice other than physically they're smaller. They can make the software-defined radio is a lot less expensive than they can a regular old Super Heterodyne, the older circuits they used to use. They don't have to use as much components with these things. I'm sure happy with that little it's been pretty much solid. Well, I just feel, I try to talk myself out of the fact that I don't feel bad. I wasn't doing anything, I swear on a stack of Bibles. It was just getting harder and harder for it to load in. And then I put in a new program, and it went in and came right up. But slowly but surely, it just got harder and harder. And I was going to put it on for you one night, and I couldn't get it to come on at all. And it never came back on again. And then it just all of a sudden quit receiving. So I have bad luck with these things. And I swear on a stack of Bibles, I've never had to back off of that. Just one day it started acting up. Do you still have your original iWatt HLC? I do, but I can't remember what they did. I think it was doing something similar where when I upgraded to a new program, the only way I could get it to run, remember, was to put an old program in it. So I don't know, maybe what's going on. So that one might work then, if it has the right software? It might. Yeah, it might. It comes on. It's right here. Maybe we can work something like that out. Yeah, I miss it. I miss the little Hermes. The one I had, the only real difference between yours and that one, really, that I could really see, was I could get about I could get almost 28 watts out of it, which was enough to drive the 30S1 without an intermediate amplifier and give me at least a kilowatt out of it. So it did have, well, not 100, but 30 watts. It probably give you, I don't know how many watts 30 would give you on your 200. Not very much. Yeah, that's a grounded grid. It takes more drive power. The 30S1 is not a grounded grid. Yeah, I gotta get this sucker like 85 or 100 watts to get full power out of it. On a grounded grid, though, all the bodies that you're putting into it, you're not losing anything on a grounded grid because you just add that. So say, for example, your radio, your linear is putting out 900 watts. You'll get that full 100 watts back, and you'll have 1,000 watts. I'm just using that as an example. So it's a good way to go. They're stable. Little 200. That's still a faulty little amplifier. So I hang on to both of them. Did you ever get a spare pair of finals that you were thinking about doing? Yeah, I don't think the Chinese, that's all you can get if you want new 572Bs. Still don't have a very good reputation. Yeah, what's the name of that company? The Russian one was Svetlana. This one comes under different names. There's Taylor tubes, and then RF parts. They have RF parts stamped on their tubes, and they're made in a little. Well, it's not a little city. It starts with an S. They're all made in this city, but I can't think of the name of it. So Taylor tubes and RF parts and their brand that they sell are all the same tube. Shut the fuck up. I've got C-tones in one of these amplifiers, and I think I got Taylors in the other. I can't remember. Get down on your knees and start worshiping the C-trons. When the SP200 came out in the early 60s, I had one. I put it together on my parents' kitchen table. That's what they used for the C-trons. Shut up, fuckface. That one doesn't really good. excellent. I'll tell you a story that'll make you sick to your stomach, and I don't know why I didn't do something about it. There's a company called the Surplus Sales of Nebraska, and they sell a lot of military, equipment, both new and a lot used. So they used it in World War II all the way up through the Gulf Wars and beyond. And they have everything. Anyway, they got a big, huge container full of Citron 572Bs from the military, from probably the 50s, Korean, probably vintage. And they put those out on the market, and I think they were only asking like $100 a piece for the Citrons. I mean, the USA, wonderful too. Man, I should have stocked up. I could have made a fortune if I'd bought a bunch of those. But there were thousands of them. They went, I would say within a month they were all gone, all snarked up. Oh my God, a Citron. Now I think the Chinese, aren't they about $400 and some a piece? Aren't they something like that? Yeah, the Chinese, 570, like the RF parts and the Taylors, I think they're right around $4 something a piece, about just under 1,000 for a pair. Somewhere right in there, say 800 to 1,000. So if you bought these for $100 a piece, because they're such a good shoe and people would stop them, you could sell them for $1,200, $1,300 for a pair, and they'd go like hotcakes. They don't make anything like that anymore. Just make sure you don't go into grid current. I think I asked you before on the panel meter, on the 200, because I don't have a 200 right now. I've got the 220. Don't they have a position on that selector for grid current? Let me look real quick. On that power level, I think the manual addresses it. Make sure you don't go over. Don't quote me looking at the manual, but I think it's 200 milliamp. You don't want to see anything more than that. The lower the better, and they'll last a lot longer. If you overdrive them, grid current, you start getting grid current. Then they don't last very long. So just maybe occasionally flip over. Make sure you're not running any more than that. If you are, just turn the drive down on the linear. Yeah. It's fairly long and 50. Yeah, you're in good shape. Well, if you can you quickly put it into a tune when you tune it? Do you tune? How do you tune your linear? You've got the intermediate and all that, so don't worry about that now. But when you do it, check it not on voice pitch, because of the inertia in the meter. That 50 may be 150 on peak, and that's not a peak reading meter in the 200. So that's not going to really tell you how much you're running. What you need to do is put it in CW, run a straight carrier at the full tune-up that you've got the linear tuned up to. And read it then, and I suspect you'll be over 100, maybe 150 or something. Again, just a guess, but that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to test it on that meter, because again, it doesn't have a peak reading meter, just an average, and the the inertia in the meter, when you're talking, it won't overcome the inertia for you to get an accurate read.
Yeah, that's a little higher right there.
Yo, you tried that. That was you. What did it read when you did the?
About 280.
Ooh, are you kidding?
Yeah, that's pretty high.
That's a little too high. Let me see what we can do. How much are you driving it with from the intermediate amp? Okay, try this. Go down, the kind of percolate. Go down to about 75 watt drive. Don't worry about your output power yet, because we might be able to raise that up by loading heavier. Go to 70, 75 watts drive and check it again and tell me what your grid current reads.